Good morning, George. Had a real close call this morning. The bears are going through hyperphagia. I might be mispronouncing that. I have the wrong word. I looked it up earlier before I made the video. It's when they go into that feeding frenzy. So yesterday we had the bears here. They were down in the pond, ripping pants out. This morning we heard a noise, looked out, and everything was fine. Had our coffee and then came back out. And there's a broken window here, and the bears got right into the chicken coop. So I want to talk about a few things about living with nature when we create a food forest, and about ways we protect our animals and critters within that without having to kill everything outside of here. Got to say goodbye to my wife, going to work. But anyways, where were we? So the bears, we'll keep an ear here, they're just down over the fence, broke into the greenhouse last night. First time, I'm going to tell a story here. The first time, my first bear experience here was about 13, 14 years ago. First close encounter with them. I've seen them before that. I was walking the dogs over next door along the edge of the forest. And of the dogs, one of the three was deaf. And I saw two cubs up in a tree, like these ones here, but they're real small ones. And I thought, oh, neat, look at those cubs. And then I realized Mom was there. And the dog had started going out in the woods and let out a shriek, and the dogs left the woods. The deaf dog hadn't. So when I went in to grab that deaf dog, there was a bear no more than probably 20 feet in front of me, right behind a little bush that was there. I just couldn't see Mama Bear there. And when I went forward to grab that dog, that bear lunged at me. It took two just hops. I kind of make it a funny story at this point. I tell everyone that they tell you to look big or to play dead. I backpedaled and screamed, no, 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 no. The bear didn't kill me. As soon as there was no fear to his cubs, could have gone traumatically different, I know. But my point being, all my chickens are okay. The bear broke into here this morning, look, one of the cubs, I believe. They got all the way into a trash can that I keep the food in. Ripped the bag of food out of that. Got into the worm castings over there. Knocked the door down in the duck house. Should have had that fastened better. But the ducks are alive. The chickens have a secondary protection here. They were all closed in. I'm sure they tormented them a bit. But so protecting our animals, we have them in the greenhouse, and secondary protection inside the greenhouse, inside of our fenced yard. And understand that we might lose some sometimes. So back to that dog story, the first time we lost a chicken to the bears years ago, and I wanted to electrify this whole area and make sure nothing would get near my animals. But let's also think about that instead. These chickens, which would normally live, someone said the other day, I saw a meme about the oven's the biggest place they ever occupy. That's sad for a chicken these days. So they live in this beautiful food forest. We've lost them as early as 3-4 years old. We've had others live 10, almost 11 years. The life expectancy is 10, so that's a long time. And they live this wonderful life in here. I'll be quiet, the bears are down here. Have a look for a minute. Oh, there she is right there, I think. So we live with these bears, taking a chance once in a while. I'm gonna talk good and loud so she knows I'm coming. And that's part of the natural cycle. We might lose an animal here and there. They're not gonna attack us humans, like I said. With that dog, as soon as I wasn't between it and its cubs, it stopped. It doesn't want to take a chance of being injured by a human. They're not grizzly bears. Last night they were down here, ripped the drain system out of my pond, and broke a pump that was in there. Almost pulled it out when they heard the noise. But it's living with nature, not killing it. We have this feeling that anything that might hurt our crops, hurt our land, hurt our animals, hurt us, eradicate it, put it outside of us. Nature out of nature, us inside. Let's just stop with that thought. Well, I believe we should stop with that thought. We live a beautiful, wonderful life here. Some exciting mornings like this morning, yes, where the bears, we're going through that hyperphagia, whatever it is. Mass feeding for the winter, natural cycle for them. In a food forest, finding food. It's up to me to protect my chickens. Thought I had that chicken feed put away good enough they wouldn't find it, but they were in there yesterday with the open greenhouse. I assume they knew it was in there. That's my only guess. Let's go see if we can find them. So I'm preaching, but I have created this platform that I stand on here to show a better way, and I believe that's one of the reasons I created it. Someone said, what's your platform? back on. So how do we live with these animals? There's a lawn next door, a great big green lawn. That probably wouldn't have invited those bears in, but that's not true because they got into my neighbor's trash can as well. So finding ways to create these food systems, living with nature, creating the change we want in this failing world we live in. Digressing here, forgot where I was going with this. So much going on this morning. Change can be better than a holiday. Buy a Ninja Food Forest. Start the conversation. Peace.